Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. We have the USB-A to USB-B or USB Mini 15-foot cable. Wow, miracles of life. So, you see my Blackstar amp? It uses this kind of a mini USB connector. Very familiar from the old days, right? Well, at least they're not going extinct on Amazon anytime soon, but we went to North Bay trying to find one of these cables in a longer length because all I got about three out of a whack load that even work on the short length because not all these cables support data, and this is what we need to support in this case is data. We don't care about charge, we need data, and at least these cables do support both. So yeah, not all cables are going to support, so you're going to have to be aware of that. Read the ads. But these ones do support both sides, so you're okay. Now, they do have this in variable lengths, and it's like an extra buck or $2 difference for an extra 5 feet above what you're looking at. Now, my advice is if you need 5 feet, order 10. If you need 10, order 15. If you need 15, order 20. Why? Well, because you might want to move something or you might be wrong in your measurements on how you want to hook things up because you don't always account for every square inch. So, yeah, it's kind of nice to order the extra, even though it might be a little overkill. However, it would seem that even out of the cables that I do have that did work perfectly fine between the laptop and the amp, and the amp got recognized, it was only because I took out that USB extension. But only three of those cables worked out of everything I have because the other ones, I guess, are only charge only cables, so they don't carry a data line. But this will do both. Anyways, $12 a pop on Amazon.ca. Okay, now if you live in the US, go to .com. The seller that you're gonna probably find right away because they're the only ones selling these with orange and gold that I've seen so far. But the company is actually called TanQY. Now, we were able to order this on Sunday, and yesterday was Monday, and they came in on Monday. They said if you order within the next 3+ hours that's left on the timer, you can have this to your door Monday. And I'm like, yeah, that's a joke. We're talking Amazon. They'll never pull that off. Well, to my surprise, yep, they did. We ordered Sunday, we got it Monday, and I was like, that's never happened. Like, holy cow. So, yeah, apparently they are sticking to their guns on that one. So, hey, never know. Might work out for you too. However, they do have quite a variety of lengths of these particular cables. Now, there are a lot of companies on Amazon's website. So when you type in a search on the Amazon thing, just type in mini USB, or you can add the length to it as well. But even just mini USB, period, and you're going to find a plethora of choices. Now, I'm going to recommend these ones. Okay. And it's got nothing to do with the gold connectors because believe me, gold versus silver or chrome connectors absolutely makes zero difference. Okay, we will talk about that pile of marketing garbage in reference to cables and speaker wire and all that jazz in an alternate video. I got to go to work in about 15 minutes, so got to get this video done. Anyways, so the price was right. The length is a little bit more than what I needed, which was fine. That's what I was hoping for. In case I do want to move the laptop, great. Or if I decide to use the Mac, if I can get my Mac up and running with this amp, because I've been having issues with that with my 2009 iMac. Now I'm within the operating system limits of this amplifier, but I've been having some issues, and it may just very well be that I never did have the amp connected to the Mac, other than I did try it with the USB extension and it would not talk to the Mac, so it would just keep firing up part of the program saying install Silverlight, and it's like I just installed it 3 frickin' times. What more do you want? Because on the PC, when I installed Silverlight and the program required, and everything else goes along with it, it would fire up the program, but of course it can't recognize the amp, right? And so when I did try, it would just say your device is either not recognized or damaged, and it's like, huh? But as soon as I took that extension out of the way, and I don't know what it is or why it's not working with the extension. I've had it working before with devices, but with this amp, it's that picky. It must be a single run. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. Anyways, so even with a shorter one, it worked perfectly fine. So I thought, great, all I need is a single length cable. And we couldn't find any in North Bay at any of the stores because, well, it's antique, I guess, and but yet they still have micro USB, which is now considered antique compared to USB-C. But this is overkill for antique, so you'll find tons of these on Amazon. So that's where we ordered from. Now the average rating on this particular cable from this company at this length is an average of 4.6 out of 5. Now, I'm fine, whatever. I just call it 4.5. Nothing's perfect, but my world is a 4.5 out of 5. But do make sure you order the appropriate cable for your purposes and the appropriate lengths. Read the ads. Now, because this does both data and charge, you're fine. Okay? I don't see where you'll have any problems unless you get a bad cable, which that can happen. If you do, simply just take advantage of the return thing where you can actually return it to exchange it for a replacement. Or if you're just that fumed because you're out of control, then just get a refund. Make sure you do it within the time frame that you're allowed. So make sure you read the ads on what your time frames are. But I don't think you'll have a problem, but you could have a defective product from any seller. It doesn't matter. It can happen. It has happened. I've had to deal with it before. But I got 2 of them. I still have to test that one to make sure it's okay. But the first one I pulled out of the package works absolutely fine. So I will test that one as well. Make sure it works, and then when it does, and I know it's fine, I'm going to repackage it, put it in my closet, and that's my spare. Order 2, okay? And order 2 anyways, at $12 a piece for that length, and it's only an extra like $1 or $2 for an extra 5 feet, above whatever, right? It's kind of worth it, and it's worth it to have that extra and not need it than to need it and not have it. And that is a very true statement in many things in life. So think about that. Anyway, so our amp is happy, our computer's happy. Now I can do the next stages, which is programming my amp, but also I owe you guys a video soon as I figure out how to program this thing, which shouldn't be that complicated. But I do owe you guys a video on how to program that amp via the computer, because it does open you up to a lot more features through the software than it does through the top end of the amp just doing it that way. Because you can go both, but you do get access to a lot more features via the software. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys today on this one. I'm no problem recommending this particular cable from this company on Amazon. It works perfectly fine. It's a 4.5 out of 5 as far as I'm concerned, and that's where I stand on it. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And oh yeah, check the description box below, because that's where you're going to find the Canadian link. So if you live in Canada, okay, if you live in the US, just search it out on Amazon.com. Okay, but the Canadian link will be there for this actual specific cable at this specific length. But if you want to, you can also just do a general search in Amazon's little search bar on your Amazon website for mini USB 15 foot or mini USB period. You'll come up with a plethora of choices, including this one will be there. You'll recognize it easily from the orange connectors and the gold plated connector things on it. So there you go. See ya.